Welcome back, channel. Gonna make this under 5 minutes if I can. Just going through Graphite's ASX companies. I'm pretty familiar with this, but then SJ came up to my mind again. It said 80 million. I know that was not correct. Always go to here for the market cap. So 36 million cash. If you give me a moment, I think it was 4.2 million cash reserves. And we'll go through the why you might buy them, what's so good about them, what's not good about them. So in Kazakhstan, big plus of the company, huge resource and huge grade. So average grade for graphite is like 10%, 15%. These guys have 30%, which is up there. Other companies have big grades like this as well, but they're one of them. So yeah, test work, breakthrough, 99.87%. Downside, they use acid in their thing. Also downside is Kazakhstan. They're near power. The thing's near power lines, but Kazakhstan is all on coal power. So there's other companies that are all renewable and cheaper, better. Because graphite, to process the graphite, takes a lot of electricity. Kazakhstan, yeah, pretty good. Anyway, continuing down. Gotta make this quick. Yeah, read this about Kazakhstan. They're gonna say everything that's good. So it's here. China's there. Most of graphite's probably gonna go to China. China's becoming a net importer of graphite, and we're going to need a lot more graphite. The cheaper these EV gets, the more people are going to buy them, and more in the future we get, the more cheaper the EV is going to get, more graphite we're going to need. And these mines, they're going to have to pick the best ones to get in production, and even if these guys don't get into production, if it looks like they will, which will become more likely that they, like you'll see more likely in the future when we get more electric cars, that we need more of these companies into thing. That's why the price now is low, because no one's thinking about it. In the future, they will go up because everyone's thinking about graphite and electric vehicles, because they've become so cheap and everyone's getting them, etc., etc. So 170 kilometers by highway to a city, who cares? 60 kilometers bitumen road, yeah, it's pretty good. 68 kilometers from nearest railway station, well, that's pretty far away. 2 kilometers from high voltage power lines, yeah, that's a big tick there. Although, how cheap is that going to be, and could they just build their own solar plants? Another question I get is like, who wants to work out here, because the workforce is important too. So yeah, they could maybe be spending $100 million to build the mine, and then make that an EBITDA per year. That's just a rough guess, judging by what other companies have brought out. Anyway, the grade is a tick, but grade's not everything. Yes, a big resource and grade. Continuing on, yep, we all know there's a lot of graphite in there. Oh, yep, we need a lot of graphite in the future. We know this. 97 new mines at this many tons. But by when? Like, if it's too expensive to buy electric cars, this will be delayed, etc., etc. It all depends on everything else as well. Prices. So a bit of a thingy chart here. Traditional uses. And then they say ton price for battery anodes. That's just not the tons out of the ground. You need 2 tons out of the ground. Then you need to spend about $1,000 on processing it to get one of these tons here. Just so you know. But we need a lot of tons anyway. Yeah, prices. So prices now, bit delayed. We got enough graphite to go around. Fast for the future. Lithium went like this, come back down like this. Graphite might not go as high, but might still go pretty high when the shortfall kicks in. But there's other use. They don't have to use natural. They can use synthetic as well, which is made from a byproduct of petrol. And the further we get away from petrol cars, the probably more expensive it's going to get to make synthetic graphite. So we'll have to go to natural graphite, or more so anyway. So bad thing about this company, acid purification. Some other companies don't need to use acid to get to battery grade, so a bit of a minus there, but they can still make money. I'm sure heaps of other companies using acid process as well. So then, yeah, they got another exploration thing up here. Who cares? They got so much graphite here. Do they even need to bother? That's my opinion. You can look at this yourself. Pre-feasibility study, that'll be interesting to see. I reckon they're going to cost $100 million to build the mine. 150 million, and then make that per year in EBITDA, and that's before a graphite shortfall, which could see that financial study be diminished. Like CXO, that's why they went nuts. They thought they were going to get it out of the ground for $500, sell for $800, and then you could get it out of the ground for $500 and sell for $8,000. So that's what happens when you have a shortfall of commodity. Like lithium hasn't been around for ages. It just goes, and any other company, they can get out of the ground. Not also, they only had to spend $100 million to build the mine. Some other companies had to spend 4 times that to do the same amount of tons, because they were near existing things, existing infrastructure, everything like that. That's why they did so well. And ITM could be the next one, like CXO, in the graphite space. Plenty of videos on them. Anyway, back to SGA. Don't think there's much more to say, really. That is it. Thanks for watching. Tune in. Let me know any companies you want my 2 cents on. Probably in the battery mineral space. I think graphite is a good place to buy now because no one really cares about graphite, but we're definitely going to need it. Just like no one cared about lithium here for all these years, but I was like, oh, electric vehicles are getting cheaper, we're going to run out of lithium if you use logic. And then it happened. Also logic as in like these guys are going to be cheap too. Well, it's a bit of luck too because they obviously hit on drilling and stuff like that. But once they had a bit of a resource, you could see, wow, they got a bit of resource, they're going to make it. It can go well. So ITM, big resource, renewable power, existing infrastructure, existing workforces around the area. Their neighbor is actually about $500 million because the neighbor, RNU, has got a loan from the government, done more drilling, done more of a feasibility study. iTech Minerals could and maybe likely will follow in the footsteps. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.